Good afternoon, everyone. It's Hanifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, we are on to number 8 from our list of values from the Bhagavad Gita and ancient scripture. And number 8 is all about steadfastness. So, steadfastness is described in a few different ways, but I did find one quotation that I thought was beautiful. It's by Ludwig van Beethoven. So, this quotation says, "This is the mark of a really admirable man, steadfastness in the face of trouble." This is the mark of a really admirable man, steadfastness in the face of trouble. And you would think, wow, why would we have the face of trouble with steadfastness? I thought Hellen Keller put it well in her quotation, which says, "Doubts and mistrust are the mere panic of timid imagination, which the steadfast heart will conquer and the large mind will transcend." So, doubts and mistrust are the mere panic of timid imagination, which the steadfast heart will conquer and the large mind transcend. So, if we think about steadfastness, in terms of these teachings, the idea behind this is about what you're doing in life, your duty, your responsibility. And remember that there's very much the idea of know thyself. So oftentimes when people are looking at what they're supposed to do, so let's say, what am I supposed to do in life? And we know that many students go through this process, maybe all students, but most students go through this process as they're going through school and start thinking, what do I want to be? And of course, people will ask them, what are you going to be when you grow up? And oftentimes they'll look at examples around them and see something that they like or admire, and then perhaps follow that sort of path. Some of them will try to look at what do they really like to do. Some of them are guided this way. And certainly if you need any help with guidance yourself, because people go through this all through life, it's certainly something that I do with helping people with brain retraining. But important to think about the fact that a lot of people either don't have the luxury of time, space, or money to pursue the things that they really enjoy, or maybe it's because of social pressures or family pressures that they pursue something that isn't really what we would call their calling. And I am so happy to be able to share with you that I have been blessed with being able to follow my calling. Now, with Know Thyself, remember that your calling can change. It modifies as you grow and evolve yourself. So for myself, I think from childhood, I always knew that I liked taking care of people. I really liked helping. And then I did look up to doctors very much. So that helping turned into helping heal. So I know I went into naturopathic medicine because I wanted to help my brother heal, who was going through chronic illness at the time. Then I go through naturopathic medicine. I was very drawn to acupuncture and Chinese medicine, but what appealed to me most was about the emotions. So I knew that I wanted to help people's emotions heal. And then I decided that I actually like the idea of focusing more on that emotional healing, mental emotional healing, and then empowering people. So you see how over time my calling has evolved because I've been checking in on myself and luckily having the luxury to think about what do I need to do now. Now, when Hellen Keller talks about the panic of timid imagination, I can tell you that it really does take courage. It took courage for me to do every step of the way. I will say that none of the steps that I took, any of the steps that I took, felt easy. So I was driven to learn and study. I remember even the student who loves learning, which was me, also has a duty and a responsibility then to share that learning, right? So lucky for me, I do love sharing learning and I do it in my practice regularly. And that's part of one of my roles is when I'm helping to empower people, it's through teaching them what they can do for themselves. Now, I came across this quotation by Woodrow Wilson, which says, responsibility is proportionate to opportunity. And we know this in our world, right? So there's a lot of people who are very intelligent and do not have the resources to go to university, for example. I also believe in everything happens for a reason. So remember that the opportunities, in my opinion, arise when the mind and the will is steadfast in its direction. So if a person really knows this is my calling or this is what I love to do, somehow doors open. And that requires a little bit of faith, which I think Bhagavad Gita is all about. And I will say lots of religions, lots of spiritual traditions. And I hope that you know that if you have a calling or you have some drive or desire to do something, put your mind to it, trust that it will happen, and stay steadfast in that awareness. I wish you a fantastic day ahead, everyone. And remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day, everyone.